everybody. Namaste. It's so good to see you all. Wow, I'm Sakshma Srivastav. I am an Indian television host, and I have a show called E Now on television where I invite guests from all over the world to tell us their stories and discuss their journeys. And I love my job. I love it. Every single day of it, it's very taxing, to be honest, but I love it. And but the thing is, I actually never really aspired to be a television host. I didn't even think it was a career option. I mean, how many people in India actually want to be entertainment hosts? Very few, right? I come from a very, very academic family. I mean, I come from a family of doctors, engineers, lawyers, so nobody in my family could even fathom that I'll take the path that I'm on right now. But I just wanted to do something different, something exciting, something new every single day. So I decided to do this. But how did I get here is like a very interesting journey, very unpredictable. Up until I was 15 years old, I was very confident, okay? Like, I used to take part in extempores, debates, jahan bhi bolne ka mauka mile, I would take the mic and start, as you can tell, okay? And I was good in studies, good at sports, very expressive, very confident. At 15, I was a trained dancer from Shamak Davar, who is one of the biggest choreographers in the world. And I was doing stage shows with him in front of a live audience at 15. And I was so happy. I thought anything was possible. Like, I was flying. That's how kids are. They think kuch bhi ho sakta hai life mein. You can do anything. And then high school happened. Okay? I think we often don't talk about the struggles teenagers go through in high school life. So I entered high school. This was a very different school from where I was till 10th. And this was a different faculty, different crowd of students. And I was very excited for this experience, but things just didn't go the way I thought they would go. I faced some serious bullying in my high school. And this wasn't the bullying that, you see in American movies where, the cool kids rag you in the cafeteria. That's bad too. But my case was very silent. This was a case where nobody was allowed to talk to me among the other students. And very disturbing rumors were spread about me to destroy my reputation. Things like these happen in schools and we just don't talk about it. We just ignore it. Every time I would walk in the corridors, people would, call me offensive things. They would laugh at me. I would constantly hear people laughing at me. And when you're 15, 16 years old, and this is your life every day, it affects you. These bullies, why was I being targeted? To be honest, there is never a reason that can justify bullying and harassment. I think the mean kids, they just pick on somebody who is a little sensitive, a little different, and they feed off your lack of courage to fight back. And yes, I thought I was very confident. But when you are singled out, and so many people in a new place, target you together, it gets to you. And I crumpled under all the hate. It was bad. Around the same time, I started struggling with chronic cystic acne. That is another journey that I think we underestimate the effect of on your mind. My entire face was covered with acne. Not even a single spot was clear. It was all red, black. And when you're 15, 16, it's like, I hated looking at myself in the mirror because everybody, for years, whenever somebody would meet me, instead of saying hi first, they would say, oh my God, what happened to your face? Why do you look like this? I feel so sorry for you. This was my life for years, and I really lost my confidence. I disconnected from all the good things that I had in my life, like my few good friends. I wouldn't talk to my parents too much. I just couldn't see the good things that were there in my life. I just couldn't see them anymore. And when you lose confidence in yourself is when you are at your loneliest, because you yourself can't motivate yourself. So it was a very dark phase. And I think this is where my parents saved me, I remember one day I was sitting in my room, just sitting, thoughtless, and my dad came. My dad is a very accomplished man, very learned. He's a man of very few words, but he's very, very observant. He came and asked me, what are you going through? And it's a very strange question. I mean, parents don't really, start conversations like that with their kids, that, what are you going through? But I think I just needed somebody to ask me that. I remember I completely broke down and I told him, Dad, I don't think I have the confidence in me to do anything with my life. I don't think I'm worthy of anything. My dad just, he understood in 1 second. Your parents know. And he said, you, my child, can do anything you want in your life, anything you dream of. And from today onwards, we're gonna work on you regaining your confidence. I have to tell you something, people, please cherish your parents. Please value them. When you are in the deepest pits of your life, it will be your parents who will love you unconditionally and make sure they pull you out of that pit. Please tell them you love them. Okay? So thank you. From that day onwards, my parents worked on me and they motivated me. They talked about my qualities, about my flaws, and I realized I don't have to feel miserable. I don't have to be unhappy. I deserve to be happy. And I remembered the days I was happy and I wanted to feel like that again. And that feeling makes you fight. It makes you want to feel happy. And it makes you feel very strong. And it was around the same time I came across the beauty pageant, Miss India. Everybody knows Miss India, I'm sure. It's the pageant that sends delegates from India to the Miss World and Miss Universe pageant. And you know why I like that pageant? I love the question answer round. It was not the bikini round, like it is for many people. It was nothing. It was just the question answer round. I used to love it, how these extremely stunning ladies were posed with the most challenging questions from the judges, and they would smash it with the most intelligent answers, and the audience would roar with applause, and the judges would be so impressed. And I wanted to do that too, because you know, it was always the girl who gave the best answer that snatched the crown from maybe a prettier girl. So when I looked at it from a bigger picture, it looked like your beauty and your wit and your presence of mind and your intelligence and your confidence is your actual beauty. So I wanted that validation. So I thought, let me take this journey. So I started working on myself. I didn't have a single cheat meal for a year, no sugar, no chocolates. I love chocolates. And I worked on, I taught myself makeup, hairstyling. I taught myself everything from scratch, how to talk. I improved my vocabulary, everything. And I applied, and I got selected. I was one of the 16 contestants who competed for the crown that year. I had worked so hard, and I didn't win. Oh, how many of you have faced heartbreak in your life? Rona aata hai? See, it hurts, no? Dil toot jata hai. This was the first dream of my life, okay? Like, I used to wake up and go to sleep with this dream. I was working so hard. I have to say, I was probably the most hardworking contestant in my year, and I didn't win. And I thought, ab main kya karoon? So I decided to go back to college. Let's move on. Happens. So that's when I got a call from the company that actually hosted the Miss India pageant, and they said, you know what? We are looking for a girl who's confident, who can speak well, who's presentable, and we want you. And I was like, they want me? That's cool. Woo! So I said yes. I was like, let's do it. Otherwise I'll have to go back to college, do math. I would rather do this. So I gave myself a year. I was like, let's try. If it doesn't work out, I'm gonna go back to college. I'm young, I have time. So I entered the biggest media conglomerate in the world with zero knowledge of media, but I was dedicated. Man, I had no idea what I was getting into. Every day, I was supposed to get like exclusive interviews with so many A-listers. I mean, you can't just call Shah Rukh Khan and say, you know what, let's catch up. That doesn't happen, okay? So I had to take interviews, go for shoots, sit for edits, write so many articles every single day. I had no idea how to do it. I made thousands of mistakes, but I never made the same mistake again. I made a mistake, I learned, and I just perfected it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called drive. It's called dedication. It's called growth. Now, within a year, I was transferred from digital to TV, but my show wasn't working while I was dedicated. Nobody was watching the show. On YouTube, I wouldn't cross more than 500 views, and it was horrible. I was like, I'm doing everything I can. I'm curating good content. What is not working for me? Nothing was working. But everything has a bright side, okay? Through my work, I had the opportunity to interview people like Priyanka Chopra, Hrithik Roshan, and Ajay Devgan, Anil Kapoor. When you have conversations with these people, and the kind of questions I asked and the answers I received in return, it teaches you a lot about work ethic. And I realized all these people who are successful have been through the same pits that I'm going through. All you have to do is keep working hard. Just keep moving forward. So every day, I taught myself something. I taught myself production, direction, research. I worked on myself at every level. You can make me stand on any set in the world. I can do the job of every department because I just wanted to learn so much. And by the way, you need to do that, broaden your skill set because you never know when the big opportunity arrives. You never know when it is your day, and when it will be, you will be so ready with all the skills to make the most of it. You never know when that idea strikes in your mind that's life changing, and when it does, act on it. So, something did happen last year. Who here knows BTS? Woo! So many. I thought so. That's almost everybody. I'm a huge fan, okay? I'm a fangirl. And it was my career's dream to have BTS on my show. The way my show was performing, it was an impossible dream, to be honest. But I thought, try karte hain. वैसे भी क्या हो रहा है? So, I invited them with zero confidence. Sometimes you just got to do things because it's the right direction. Just make a step towards that. I invited them, and lo and behold, it was accepted. It took me 3 days to actually digest that wow, I'm going to be talking to BTS. That's cool. So I started preparing. And I prepared so hard. I would just research, read up on every member because my intention was give the best interview to the audience, give the best content ever. I even switched off all the social media apps, I deleted all the apps from my phone. Things like these make a difference. How? For example, for me, every time I wanted to check my phone and check my notifications on Instagram and I wouldn't see the app, it would remind me. It would remind my brain that that app is not there because you're preparing for something. Because you're in the process of preparing for something really big. So things like these, they make a difference in your performance on your final day. So, after a lot of hard work, 7 months, the interview happened and released in June 2021, and it went viral all over the world. It was trending in some 18 countries on the top spots. And it kind of just changed everything for me. It just changed everything. From then onwards, the views of my show went from hundreds to millions. People would just watch all my past episodes. They noticed every bit of hard work that I did in all those episodes. Nobody was watching. But see, hard work doesn't go waste. People will see it one day. So work hard, okay? So yeah, basically it worked out, and so many managers of the biggest actors in the world actually contacted me and said, we want our artist to be interviewed by you. So within few months, I'd interviewed Keanu Reeves for The Matrix, Robert Pattinson for Batman, and Kai from the popular K-pop group EXO. These were guests I couldn't even imagine I would have one day on the show, but it happened. Now, sab acha chal raha hai? Who here is on social media? Raise your hands. I want to see. That's house full. Sab hai. Everybody's there. I'm also there. So, how many of you have been upset by a mean comment that somebody made on your post? Kabhi bhi. See? Happens. Let me get to that. So while all the good things were happening for me, trending and everything, some faceless, nameless, useless people on the internet couldn't digest the fact that who is this young girl? She's everywhere. Let's do something about it. And they digged into my past. They digged hard to find some dirt, something they can bring me down with. They couldn't find anything. बहुत सीधी सादी लड़की हूँ. So they invented all sorts of rumors. They commented on my character, my clothes. कुछ छोड़ा ही नहीं. There were movements that were started on Twitter against me. But this time, my traumatic high school life saved me. By now, I knew. I'm older, right? I'm mature. That these people, they are so miserable. They are so frustrated with their own lives that they will bring down anybody who's doing remotely better than them. And then other miserable people join in because misery loves company. So they just do anything they can to bring you down. And I said, you know what? Get lost. You cannot cancel somebody who doesn't give a damn. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do everything I can to move forward in my life and follow my dreams and make those people happy who do support me. Because there are so many people who do. So once again, no matter what you do in your life, what an amazing job you do, there will always be somebody who is unhappy. So don't try to please everybody. You can't. These people, let them rot in their misery. You keep doing your thing, okay? Now, I have to say, the way my life changed overnight reminds me of this saying that people say success comes overnight. But I think that one night comes after so many other nights of hard work, dedication, self-doubt. I mean, you can't even count those nights. It also reminds me of this fascinating plant called the Chinese bamboo. You can take a seed of the Chinese bamboo plant it in the ground, put it, give it water, sunlight, nurture it, and you will not see a single sprout for 5 years. But after 5 years, suddenly, a tiny shoot will spring from the ground. And over the next 6 weeks, this shoot can grow up to 90 feet tall. It can grow up to 39 inches in 24 hours. You can literally watch the plant grow if you sit, if you're that jobless, but you can. What was the plant doing for the past 5 years? Seemingly dormant period. It was growing its roots. It was preparing itself for rapid, massive growth. Without this root structure, this plant simply couldn't support itself for its future growth. Some people would say that the plant grew 90 feet tall in 6 weeks. I would say the plant grew 90 feet tall in 5 years and 6 weeks. That's it. You need to work on your root structure. Do I feel like I've arrived? Hell no, I'm very young. I have a long way to go, miles to go before I sleep. But next time I fail, which I will not lose my confidence. The confidence that I've struggled to regain. I will wait for the sun to shine again. I will have hope. Because even in an ECG monitor, when your life goes like this, when this is the line, it means you have hope. It means you're alive. It's when the line becomes flat, it means you're dead. So you will have ups and downs in your life. I will also add one more thing. My beautiful mother is sitting here. She taught me this. Mom, I love you. Thank you for everything. She told me this from a very young age. The deepest and most desperate desires of your heart have a lot of power. If you believe in them, if you nurture them, they will surely come to pass. Maybe not in the way you expect them to, maybe not at the time you want them to, but if you nurture them, they will come to pass. And it's true, I have met so many people through my work, who taught me so many things. And I've seen that a lot of people became successful even when nobody else believed in them. But I've never met a single person who became successful because they themselves did not believe in themselves. So believe in your dreams. Doesn't matter who tells you can't do it. You want to do it? You have the courage. You're going to work hard. You do it. You can do it. It's just about you believing in yourself. So, lastly, things will not always go your way. But I think with time I've realized is if you have the right attitude in your life, if you have patience, and if you're gonna embrace all the highs and lows of your life in all its stride, because they're gonna be there to support you during your best and worst, then I promise you, your time will come. It will come, okay? Just keep going. Just believe in yourself. Be positive. Every day, motivate yourself. You know yourself the best. Nobody else knows you better than yourself. Just believe in yourself. Keep going. And when your time comes, I will cheer for you the way you guys are cheering for me. Such a lovely audience, I have to say. Ek baar aur taaliyan. Wow. Maza aa gaya. Lovely. That was all for today. It was lovely talking to you all. We'll meet soon again. Namaste.